In the serene village of Atikpem, Togo, lived a young man named Kweku, aged 23, whose laughter could brighten the gloomiest day. Known for his love of music and his dream to become a community health worker, Kweku was a familiar figure strumming his guitar under the mango trees. His gentle spirit and quick wit made him a favorite among the children, whom he taught songs and stories. But beneath his vibrant exterior lay a heart unprepared for the darkness that would soon engulf it. One humid evening, as Kweku walked home from his friend Sena's house, his world shattered. A group of 3 brothers, sons of a powerful local merchant named Mr. Adzokpa, pulled up in their sleek motorbike. The Adzokpa brothers, Kofi, Teta, and Atsu, were notorious for their arrogance. Kofi, the eldest, had once approached Kweku, offering gifts in exchange for his company. Kweku had declined with his usual kindness, but that night, the brothers were not asking. "Get on the bike, Kweku," Kofi demanded, his voice cold. "No, thank you," Kweku replied, quickening his pace. But they dismounted, surrounding him. Teta grabbed his arm, Atsu blocked his path, and Kofi leaned in close, whispering, "You think you're too good for us? Tonight, you'll learn." They forced him onto the bike, muffling his protest, and sped to an abandoned shed on the village outskirts. There, in the suffocating darkness, they assaulted him, one after another. Kweku fought, he screamed, but the night swallowed his cries. When they were done, they left him crumpled on the dirt road, as if he were nothing. Bruised and broken, Kweku staggered home, his clothes torn, his spirit in tatters. When Kweku's father, Popayo, saw him, he gasped, "Kweku, my son, who did this to you?" But Kweku's voice was gone. He called into himself, unable to speak, unable to meet his father's eyes. The vibrant young man who once filled the house with music became a shadow. He stopped playing his guitar, stopped eating, and barely slept. Nightmares haunted him, and mirrors became his enemy. He couldn't bear to see the stranger staring back. Weeks later, Kweku collapsed while fetching water from the village well. At the clinic, Dr. Mensah examined him, noting his frail frame. "Your body is weak, Kweku, but this isn't just physical. Something deeper is hurting you." Tests revealed a secondary blow. Kweku had contracted an infection from the assault, a secret he hadn't dared voice. The news crushed him further. "Why me?" he whispered, tears streaming down his face. He feared naming the Adzokpa brothers, knowing their father's influence stretched across Atikpem like a heavy fog. Popayo, heartbroken but resolute, sat by his son's side. "Kweku, you are my son. We will face this together. I will not leave you." They returned home, grappling with how to move forward, but the weight of shame and fear pressed heavily on Kweku's heart. One sleepless night, Kweku stood in his room, clutching a vial of painkillers. He scrawled a note, "I can't carry this anymore." As he raised the vial to his lips, Sena burst in, having sensed something was wrong. She knocked the pills from his hand and held him as he sobbed, his body shaking like a child's. They rushed him to the clinic, where Dr. Mensah spoke gently, "Kweku, you don't have to carry this alone. Talk to us. We're here." For the first time, Kweku's voice broke through. It was Kofi. "Teta. Atsu," he whispered. "They did this to me." His words stunned Popayo, whose eyes filled with tears. "Why didn't you tell me, my son?" "I thought you'd blame me," Kweku admitted, his voice barely audible. "I thought everyone would." The village buzzed with disbelief. The Adzokpa brothers were untouchable, their father a pillar of Atikpem's elite. Whispers spread, "Kweku's lying. He must have wanted it. Why didn't he fight harder?" The accusations nearly silenced Kweku again, but Sena and Dr. Mensah stood firm, urging him to keep speaking. A turning point came when Esi, a woman from a neighboring village, approached Kweku. She, too, was a survivor of assault. "I know what it's like when they blame you," she said. "But your voice is stronger than their lies. Don't let them bury it. With her encouragement, Kweku began therapy with Dr. Mensah. He spoke of the guilt, the shame, the flashbacks that haunted him. He filled a small green notebook with his pain, scribbling lyrics and sketches that captured his anguish. One day, he wrote, "It was not my fault. It was a small step, but it felt like a mountain climbed." Months later, HiIS invited Kweku to a gathering for young men in a nearby town. Standing before a group of 15, Kweku shared his story. Some wept, others nodded silently, and one whispered, "It happened to me, too." In that moment, Kweku felt a spark reignite within him, not because the pain was gone, but because he had survived it. A year later, Atsu, the youngest Adzokpe brother, stepped forward. Tormented by guilt, he had found faith and could no longer bear the secret. In a packed village meeting, he confessed, tears streaming down his face. "We did it." Kweku told the truth. "We hurt him." The revelation shook Atekpem. The other brothers, Kofi and Teta, denied it, but the village's trust in them crumbled. With mounting pressure, they were arrested, and even Atsu faced justice for his part. The village rallied around Kweku. Some apologized for doubting him, others wept for his pain. Kweku, though scarred, began to heal. He returned to his guitar, teaching children at a local health center. He started a program called Speak Your Truth, where survivors could share their stories and find solace. His laughter, once lost, returned, not as loud, but deeper, from a place of hard-won strength. Today, Kweku is a community health worker, bringing care and hope to Atekpem. He wears colorful shirts again, plays his guitar under the mango trees, and smiles from his soul. His pain, though never forgotten, has become his purpose. "What they tried to break made me stronger," he says. Kweku's story is not his alone, it belongs to many. His journey teaches that assault is never the victim's fault. Silence protects the abuser, speaking out sparks healing. Kweku was violated, but he refused to be defined by that moment. His courage became a beacon, showing others that even in the deepest pain, there is hope for peace, love, and joy. Moral of the story: your truth matters, no matter who doubts it. Healing is a journey, not a race. Every step forward is a victory, and every voice raised inspires others. Survivors are not weak, they are among the strongest, turning pain into power. Kweku's story reminds us, what breaks you doesn't get the final say. Your courage, though.